Now, you've probably tried everything for a better sleep. I'm sure you've heard to take magnesium or ashwagandha, don't have large meals before bed, don't go on your phone, red light therapy. You know what I'm talking about, but here's what no one is saying. Your bedroom itself is wrecking your sleep. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Jacqueline, I'm an interior designer, and this video is part of our Holistic Home series where we discuss different ways to transform your home into a sanctuary that nurtures the mind, body, and soul. Each episode is designed to elevate your surroundings in harmony with your true well-being, so let's jump in. Sleep isn't just switching off for the night, it's one of the most active, essential processes our bodies go through. Beneath the surface of stillness, your brain and body are actually undergoing a very intricate overnight operation. Repairing tissue, synthesizing proteins, releasing growth hormones, and recalibrating your entire system. I'm not entirely sure people quite understand the impact having a bad sleep actually has on their health. Sleep loss can create a risk of obesity by 50%, and it triples the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. More worryingly, chronic sleep deprivation, which is only classed as under 6 hours of sleep a night, is directly linked to a 48% higher risk of developing heart disease or dying from it, and alongside a 15% risk of stroke. And whilst we all joke about getting our beauty sleep, there is actually truth to that. During deep sleep, the body releases growth hormones that stimulate collagen production, and quite simply, when you're not getting a deep sleep, that production doesn't happen. Research also suggests that long-term poor sleep can actually reduce life expectancy by up to 4.7 years in women and 2.4 years in men. Another blow for us ladies. I'll leave all of the medical studies in the description if you want to read them in detail, by the way. My point here is that sleep is so precious and we really all deserve to give ourselves the best sleep possible. So the real question becomes, if sleep is this critical, why are so many of us unintentionally sabotaging it? At the center of all of this is your circadian rhythm, which is your internal 24-hour clock. It lives deep in your brain and responds constantly to cues from your environment, especially light and temperature. These signals control the rise and fall of crucial hormones like cortisol, which wakes you up, and melatonin, which gently guides you to sleep. But here's where things start to go wrong. When your bedroom environment is sending mixed signals like artificial light late at night, glaring screens, or a room that's just very visually stimulating, your circadian rhythm gets confused. This disruption is actually called social jet lag, and it prevents your body from entering deep sleep, which is really important because that's where the most restoration happens. I feel like we hear all the time physical things we can do to better our sleep, like exercise more, take supplements like magnesium, that's a huge craze at the moment, drink less caffeine throughout the day, blah, blah, blah. But no one is talking about how our environment also really impacts our sleep. Your bedroom is an environment that either supports or disrupts your biology. The colors, lighting, layout, temperature, and even the objects you surround yourself with are constantly communicating with your brain, telling it whether to stay alert or to let go. Because when your environment supports sleep, you're not just resting, your body is technically rebuilding itself night after night. When you make your bedroom feel like a spa, you create a sacred sanctuary that restores your mind, heals your body, and hopefully creates some kind of peace in your life. So where do we begin when creating an all-encompassing bedroom design? Choosing a good mattress is one of the key steps, but yeah, that's that really, so moving on. My designer perspective is that color is never just visual, it's psychological and even physiological. The hues you choose for your bedroom walls and accents are constantly communicating with your nervous system, whether you're aware of that or not. The Sleep Foundation state that blue, green, and white are the best paint colors for a room. Some research even suggests that the color blue can reduce heart rate and blood pressure, although it's worth noting that darker shades of blue can sometimes evoke negative feelings, so stick with paler shades instead. They also report that green has a relaxing effect and evokes feelings of comfort, peace, and happiness. While white rooms may help with sleep because they stimulate the brain less than colourful rooms do, so these 3 colours I would recommend. But it's more so the colours I would not recommend, like purple. In the world of sleep psychology, the Travelodge study surveyed 2,000 households in the UK to analyse how the colour of their bedroom walls affected the quantity and quality of their sleep. The Travelodge study found that people in purple rooms got the least amount of sleep of all groups, averaging only 5 hours and 56 minutes per night. The study also found that people in orange rooms slept an average of only 6 hours and 41 minutes, reporting that the colour made them feel too energised and even hungry. And while it's associated with happiness, optimism and warmth, brighter shades of yellow can actually stimulate the brain, which is not really what we want when we're trying to wind down. As much as I want to say that you can still use these colours in your room, I'm not going to. I just don't see the point. If that is the colour scheme in your home, I would just keep those colours to another part of the house, but don't put them in the bedroom. The goal is to design a visual environment that signals safety and calm, and the best colours are softer, muted tones like gentle blues, warm neutrals, or sage green. As an interior designer, I view lighting not just from a functional point of view. I think it's very atmospheric and it transforms your mind and body from the chaos of the day to the stillness of the night. We've all heard how blue light from screens is the enemy of rest, right? But we rarely talk about its beautiful antidote, red light. Unlike the harsh, shortwave blue light that mimics the afternoon sun and tricks your brain into staying alert, red light has a much longer wavelength and lower colour temperature. When you bathe your bedroom in a soft, sunset-hued amber glow or red light, it signals to the brain that the day is done. But the interesting part is actually the science behind it. Basically, it centres on the production of melatonin, often called the hormone of darkness. Our eyes contain specialised cells that are incredibly sensitive to light, and blue light almost immediately stops the production of melatonin, while red light, on the other hand, has the opposite effect. It is the only spectrum that doesn't disrupt your internal clock. Elevated melatonin levels throughout the night support optimal sleep quality and serve as a crucial antioxidant safeguarding the brain. However, excessive exposure to blue light disrupts the circadian rhythm and suppresses melatonin levels. In fact, clinical studies have shown that exposure to red light therapy can actually increase melatonin levels and improve sleep quality by helping the body move through its natural circadian transitions without interference. But that's just one study of many. By incorporating red light panels or warm red tone bulbs in your bedroom design, you are actively protecting your biology. The only thing I would say about red lights on the market is that they're a little bit ugly, so you have to really look for the stylish ones. However, I would not let that deter you from buying them. This gentle shift in lighting allows the mind and body to physically wind down for sleep, creating this visual cocoon that speaks to your nervous system. After all, I'd much rather you deal with a questionable looking lamp for an hour, rather than spending all night staring at the ceiling, questioning your life choices since primary school. Go to sleep, girl. Go to sleep. But it's not just about colour alone, it's also about texture. Layering soft tactile materials like cotton, linen or boucle reinforces that sense of comfort on a sensory level. Layering fabrics is also really important from a scientific point of view, as they all dampen sound. And if you live in an apartment or have lots of neighbours, this is a great way to drown out some sound. But the most important thing is to get breathable fabrics. As an interior designer, whilst it's very nice to have luxurious looking bedding, it's more about how well your body regulates temperature throughout the night. Interestingly, sleep researchers found that overheating is the most common cause of fragmented sleep, with the ideal sleep temperature sitting around 16 to 19 degrees Celsius. Your body naturally cools down as you prepare for sleep, and breathable fabrics like cotton, percale, muslin, and linen help support that process instead of trapping heat against the skin. As a rule of thumb, standard cotton or muslin bedding typically sits around 150 thread count. Quality sheets begin around 180 with 200 thread count percale, often considered the sweet spot for breathable comfort. I think when colour and texture actually play their role, your bedroom then stops being a place where you scroll on your phone for 3 hours and actually, it creates that kind of biological nudge to get your body to actually sleep. As a side note, if you're enjoying the video so far, please leave a like and hype the video. We really, really appreciate that. And if you want to support us or connect even further, think about joining our membership. Let's talk Himalayan salt lamps. The glowing pink organic boulder that has somehow become a mandatory resident on every spiritual influencer's nightstand. There's a lot of pseudoscientific chat when it comes to these cleansing the air by releasing negative ions to get rid of the positive ions released from your phone. And while the jury of actual scientists is still very much out on that one, I'm not here to police your ions. There aren't any studies yet on whether salt lamps can help you sleep, but a few small studies have examined whether having negative ions in the air can make you more sleepy or relaxed. Some studies showed a mild improvement in relaxation, but others didn't find any effects, so with that information, take it with a pinch of salt. Sorry, I had to. Whether or not it's actually scrubbing your room of digital toxins, the actual vibe of the lamp is undeniable. I have one and I genuinely love it. From a designer's lens, it's that warm, amber red glow that mimics a campfire. As we've discussed, that specific colour temperature is the ultimate invitation for your body to start pumping out melatonin, making it a much more aesthetic alternative to some of the more industrial red panels out there. Plus, it's a piece of earth literally sitting in your room, and I think that helps your soul feel connected to something more than your charging cable. They also help transform the atmosphere in your bedroom into a relaxing spa, and if that doesn't calm you down, I'm not sure anything will. If you think your sheer airy linen curtains are cute, well, you know what's not cute? Up your circadian rhythm. From a design perspective, blackout curtains are the unsung heroes of the bedroom, acting like the ultimate boundary between your body and a world that simply refuses to turn off the lights. And from a personal point of view, it's almost summer here in Scotland, well, kind of, you know what I mean, which means that our sunsets are going to only start at 10 PM. So take it from me when I say that I don't play when it comes to blackout curtains. Research consistently shows that even low-level light suppresses melatonin, raises heart rate, and increases insulin resistance. A 2024 NIH-backed study published in Sleep found that indoor light at night was linked to poor sleep across multiple dimensions in around 47,000 women. Our brains are incredibly sensitive to light, even small amounts trickling through the window from street lights, passing cars, or your neighbour's security light that apparently needs to light up the entire postcode. From a sensory perspective, the aroma of your bedroom is one of the most powerful and overlooked elements to sleep design because it almost instantly can change the atmosphere in your room. Personally, I avoid heavily fragranced or paraffin-based candles and instead prefer light essential oils diffused through softly glowing ceramic diffusers, which create a much gentler spa-like ambiance without introducing unnecessary toxins or smoke into the air. And interestingly, there's an actual science behind why this works. In a study conducted by Wesleyan University in the United States, people were exposed to lavender before bed, which in the study found that deep sleep increased, which also led to the group feeling more refreshed in the morning. A different study showed that people with depression showed some indicators of enhanced mood and sleep when they inhaled rose-scented air during sleep. Aromas like lavender, jasmine, ylang ylang, chamomile, and rose have been shown to help calm the nervous system by reducing heart rate and easing the body into a more parasympathetic, restful state. In interior design, we call this multisensory design or holistic design, creating an environment where lighting, texture, colour, and even scent work together to improve your life. And I'm really passionate about this. I also wanted to include some honourable mentions in a lightning round for things that we often overlook. First, calming artwork that is criminally underrated. Stop hanging pieces that look like a visual panic attack and pick artwork that induces a state of calm. Second, let's address your feng shui sins. Please remove those blimmin' heavy shelves from above your headboard unless you want your mind to subconsciously brace for a concussion at night. And you'll also want to move mirrors that face your bed directly or the doorway. And you won't want to see your goblin reflection in the mirror at 3 AM anyway. Round the design out with some air purifying plants, a decent air purifier, and an organic mattress so your body isn't marinating in synthetic chemicals while you dream. It's about creating a peaceful sanctuary that inspires sleep. I think we all genuinely deserve a home that not only looks nice, but actually supports our overall health and well-being. And I hope that at least one of you found something useful in the video. But what did you guys think? Let me know down below. Please leave a like and hype the video. I really appreciate that, and it does help to grow the channel. And if you need help fulfilling your own design dreams, I've left our website in the description. If you want to keep the design inspiration flowing though, I've left a video on the next part that I think you'll enjoy. But remember, by elevating your home, you elevate your well-being. I wish you all a positive, high vibe week ahead, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!